Hey everyone, it's Brooke from LymeLight Journey. So I'm here in Los Angeles and today was the first day I woke up on my own in months. So that part of our journey is over, the actual car ride. The filming of the documentary, however, continues because we got all of this great footage along the way, and now we're continuing to interview patients and doctors because we learned so much along the way that the main lesson I learned, there's two things. Hey Chris, what's happening? The two things I learned, well, figured out, realized, had revelations about are, number one, I set out on the journey as like a journey of self-healing where I was going to bring this life coach with me and do yoga every day, meditate, and eat really healthily and work out and regain my body, mind, and spiritual trilogy of strength. Well, that did strengthen, but not through the manner in which I just described. It strengthened because I put myself into a situation that I didn't know was going to be so challenging and so difficult. So we had very little time to stop and smell the roses. There was a major learning curve with equipment and technology. There were challenges with 4 people who didn't know each other coming together and figuring out how to live together. We were in a different house each night with each other. We did a great job of taking all of our skills and putting them together and figuring out who was good at what. And by the end of the trip, we had it down. We had a rhythm down. But there was not a lot of sleep. There was no exercise until the end. We started exercising once we got to Phoenix because it was mostly survival. So what I initially set out to do was find a healing path for myself and to build this rhythm and this routine and this pattern so I could share it with other people and live as an example. So instead what happened was I threw myself into this crazy ass situation and we figured it out. What did I learn? I'm still healthy, that I am well enough to do something like that now, and that sometimes best laid plans don't turn out the way you expect them to, and you don't always get what you want or what you set out for, but you always get what you need, always. So arriving in Los Angeles, I now have this amazing perspective on what I need to do for myself to get to that place where I was just talking about, that place where my body feels stronger and my mind feels stronger and the connection between the two of them is unshakable. And for me, that I think, I'm not sure yet, I'm going to share all of this with you in the weeks to come, but for me, I believe that that will entail a really specific diet, and I will figure that out by paying attention and being selective with my feelings, not with my head. So throwing out every dietary recommendation I've received, every conflicting piece of information, and just using my intuition and my instincts. So that was like a huge part of the trip, learning to just really listen to my instincts. So I will share with you what I start eating and drinking and supplementing with, but I'm not going to recommend it to anybody unless it resonates with you. So this was the big lesson of the road. We did interview so many doctors and so many healers on what it takes to treat and overcome Lyme disease and other chronic illnesses. The best information we received was that you have to listen to your own intuition because everybody's different and we are all on unique healing journeys. So there are components to each person's story and each person's healing that are not going to require a one-size-fits-all approach. So that's another video, and we're going to get really into that in the documentary. It's an awesome topic. So that's number one. I don't remember what number 2 was because I don't write anything down. I just free flow and then I end up in these spots, but that's cool. I want to say thank you to Gold Thread Tonics who sponsored us the other night. I didn't get to drink this. It's like being at a wedding, you know, your own wedding where you don't eat, you don't drink, and you like leave and you're starving and passing out. I did eat at my wedding a lot. But so I didn't get to try this. So I'm going to try it now. So this is the Turmeric Radiance. Super herbs, spices, and adaptogens. Oh yeah, that's what I need right now. All right, let's see how we do. Okay, it's really good. Normally things with turmeric, I have to like, but that is really good. And the thing I like about it, hi Peg, recognize my green screen? The thing I like about it, and by the way, Peggy, there's like 7 of these in your refrigerator for when you come home. It's not sweet, so we'll have to add some honey to yours, Peggy. But it's not overly sweet. I don't like stuff like that. This is really, really good, and I'm very thirsty. Okay, so number 1 was I'll like work on my nutrition while my cousins house me for a little while until I get it together. Hey, Mary. And then number 2 is getting physically fit. So I was able to do the road trip and like I'm able to run up and down stairs now and like go for a jog. I went for a jog, like minimal jog. But when I have to do something extra strenuous, I get like knocked out. I get knocked out. That was just on. Hey. So yeah, I want to work on those 2 things before I start committing to doing anything. I'm just going to stick with that before I start making grand plans anywhere. So I think that's the most important thing. So over the next few weeks, what I'm going to share with you is my plan. And then, oh my God, we had 2 interviews yesterday. One with an amazing man named Vir who found a way to meditate and pray himself into spaces where he could understand what he needed to heal his Lyme. He's amazing, and he has a book on Amazon, and it's so cool. It's so beautiful, and it's so different. Give me a minute afterwards to put the link below. Vir McCoy is his name, V-I-R, McCoy. I don't remember. Liberating Lyme. That's the name of the book. So there's that. I want to also thank Peroni for sponsoring us. And it's funny to be sponsored by beer because I choose not to drink beer now because I did some sample tasting at the Marble Brewery in Albuquerque. And I did notice in the morning, I didn't know this. I used to drink a lot of beer and love it. I love beer. But it was when I was sick and I had so many symptoms that I didn't know if it was doing anything bad to me. And so I am on a gluten-free diet now. Not a diet, I just don't eat gluten. It's not a diet, it's a choice. It's a choice, people. So I have noticed a few times now when I drink beer, I wake up with stiff hands and I can't bend. So it did happen. After this beer was amazing, by the way. It was so good, but I had little sips. I didn't drink like a full beer. And I refuse to not participate in things like that because it's a great friend of mine who, this is his life's work. And it was a culinary, for those of you who went to college with me and have your standard American going, a culinary experience. And you could taste the different flavors and it's art. To me, it's art. So that was a great experience. However, I'm not going to choose to drink beer until I am totally feeling 100% for a while. So it's funny that Peroni sponsored us the other night, and I like that they did, along with an organic, delicious, plant-based company, non-alcoholic, because who cares? Like, whatever works for you, you do, you know? If beer makes you feel better, drink it. Don't do it if it's like a temporary fix and it's making everything worse and you're ignoring that fact, but just be aware of that. So anyway, I digress as usual. So yeah, getting my body and mind back. So I wanted to thank Gold Thread and Peroni and also Masigi. Hey, Suzanne. Masigi Swish Oil, pulling oil. Oh my God, we swished so much on this trip because there was literally no time to brush our teeth sometimes. That gross. Oh, I did laundry. Sweatshirt was like really worn out by the time we got home. But anyway, we did a lot of swishing with Miss Siggy pulling oil, and it definitely, I don't want to sound like a commercial, and not for nothing, but I am the voice of Miss Siggy, if you want to go hear my voiceovers. But no, seriously, like I felt really, I feel like a commercial. I felt so fresh. It does. It totally freshens up your mouth and kills the germs, and there is no need to brush your teeth. It does the entire job. So that was great when you're running out the door, or when you've been on the road all day and like you're just like, after truck stop food. So and now I'm back to where I was, and I remembered. So we met Vir yesterday and had this amazing interview that I'll share a clip of tomorrow. He's so cool. He just like completely healed himself with listening. So it's great. And he shares everything he did in the book, and he's not against antibiotics. He's another whatever works, right? And then just happened to call my friend, Gib, our director, happened to call his friend, and she is now healing herself from ovarian cancer. So we walked to the beach with her and had a little sunset interview. I mean, the lighting couldn't have been better. It was nice. So we did that, and her name's Anna, and I hope to go to Malibu to interview the people at her clinic who are healing her through quantum physics, the same type of science that helped me get past Lyme, based on the idea and the notion and the theory and the fact that all pathogens and diseases have a frequency, just as we all operate on different frequencies. This is science. It's not voodoo. It's not like wizard speak, you know. It's real science, quantum physics. And I'm not going to go into the science of it because I will do it a disservice and make it sound like voodoo. So I will hopefully get to interview them about what they're doing to help people heal from cancer and other chronic illnesses. And eventually they want to be a center, which this is how it should be, where that's your checkup. You go and test your frequencies, see what's off, see what's harbored in different areas of your body through this science. It's not even blood work. Like my doctor does one drop of blood and basically reads the same thing. This is a different type of scan, and I don't know the science behind it yet. But again, this is all out of pocket, not insurance, not covered by insurance, not FDA approved. You know, it's none of that. So it's still all cutting edge, but what we're going to do is just bring it all to the table. Everything. Whatever works for you should be available to you without draining your bank account. And, you know, a lot of the people I meet are like artists who don't have children, who freelance. So yeah, of course we can be like, well, I'm just going to wander over to the clinic for my 4-hour treatment and put it on my credit card because I don't have mouths to feed. And, you know, I don't have a boss to tell I can't come in because blah, blah, blah. So these are real problems for real people that aren't going anywhere. So that's a kind of awareness we're going to raise with our project. So we're going to continue to interview some people over the next few weeks. I have amazing people to interview, and I'll share some of that with you. We will share the sizzle reel as soon as it's tweaked a little bit and perfected. Hey, Suzanne. Aw. And let you see some of the work. And that's that. So I'm going to continue to do these videos on a more concise, precise, encapsulated fashion so that I have some points to make each time. But today I just wanted to sort of catch up with you, let you know what's going to happen from here. I love LA. You can wear a hat all the time, but I did just get hot. And I'm tired, so I'm going to rest for the rest of this day. And then I'll touch base. So keep posted with us on YouTube and on Instagram at LymeLight Journey, LymeLight Journey. And what else? I think that's it. If you have anybody who's healing something that should be scary and is no longer scary because they found a way through it, let me know. Okay, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Order this. It's so good. Delicious. Okay, bye.